Alright, here's another IV infusion rate. We have an order for drug Y in a continuous IV infusion at 30 micrograms per hour, and our patient weighs 66 pounds, which is also 30 kilograms. They did the math for us. Yay. We have a safe dosage range for a child that says we can give 20 to 35 microgram per kilogram per 24 hours in an IV infusion. And it comes available in a 2 milligram ampule a 250 milligram ampule has 2 milligrams of medication. So we need to find our safe dosage range per day. Okay, so safe dosage range was a 20 to 35. So we are going to do a low and a high here. 20 to 35 microgram per kilogram per, well, 24 hours is a day, right? So this is a microgram per kilogram per day, essentially. So let's go ahead and start it out as a low microgram per day as our desired answer. So we're trying to get rid of the kilograms here, right? We pull in the 20 microgram per kilogram per day. We need to get rid of kilograms. So we pull in the 30 kilogram that our patient weighs, and it should work out that we can give, on a low end, 600 micrograms per day. Now, the high side of that is very similar. We're looking for microgram per day. This time we work with the 35 microgram per kilogram per day, multiplied by the weight, and we get 1,050 micrograms per day. Now, part B wants us to figure out what is the safe dosage range per dose. Well, what kind of dosages are we looking at? I mean, are we doing this 4 times a day, every 2 hours? I mean, what are we looking at? 30, okay, the order is talking about a IV infusion at something micrograms per hour. And safe dosage range was written per 24 hours. So I think what we're looking for here is a microgram per hour, right? I mean, because this is a IV rate. We're trying to figure out how much medication we give per hour. Typically when we do IVs, it's milliliter per hour, milligram per hour, microgram per hour. So let's calculate it like that. And remember that there are 24 hours in a day. So basically we're just going to take this safe dosage range that's written per day and divide it by 24 so that we can get a safe dosage range per dose. Okay, so we'll take the 600 micrograms divided by 24 times a day, and we can give, on a low end, 25 micrograms per hour. We'll pull in our 1,050 micrograms divided by 24 times a day, and we can find out that we can give 43.75 micrograms per hour. Okay, so is our order safe? Well, the order is 30 micrograms per hour. So we got to figure out where we're going to try to fit this. Do we need to fit it into the safe dosage range that's written per day, or do we need to fit it into the safe dosage range that's written per hour, per dose, if you will? Well, it's written per hour, right? So let's see if it'll fit into part B. Let me scroll ahead here. So part C is asking for the evaluation. If it's safe, then we need to find the flow rate. Okay, so I pulled in our calculations, 600 micrograms per day, 1,050 micrograms per day, and then the micrograms per hour are up here. So the 30 that our order is written for does fit within that 25 to 43. So yes, it is safe to give. Okay, we're good to go there. Now, we also need to find the flow rate that we need in order to give this medication. So flow rate goes back to milliliter per hour, as long as you're not given anything about a gravity feed. So milliliter per hour is what we're looking for here. We're going to have to go hunt down some milliliters. The available tells us that 250 milliliters contains 2 milligrams of this medication. Okay, so be sure and stack milliliters on top because that is our desired answer. 250 milliliters is going to put 2 milligrams at the bottom. Our order is written in micrograms. Available is milligrams, the order is in micrograms. So we're going to need a conversion to take milligrams into micrograms. 1 milligram, excuse me, 1 milligram is 1,000 micrograms. And then we can jump to our order of 30 micrograms per hour. Okay, so again, at this point, I'm done with the safe dosage range. We're just trying to calculate the rate for the IV pump. Okay, so we have our available, we have our order, and we needed a conversion between those. All right, so we run all the math, multiply the top, multiply the bottom, divide, and I came up with a 3.75 milliliter per hour. Now, most of the time, like I said, we're going to round that to a whole number for our pump, so we would say that that is 4 milliliters per hour. Now, that feels kind of small, but remember this is a child that we're setting up this IV for, so it is going to be at a slower rate than what we would typically see for the adults.